going? This is Mike Piet from TubeAdSystems.com, and what we're going to go over today is how to make a video ad and all the right elements that need to go in the video ad to make it profitable. Because if it's not created correctly, then it won't be profitable. People won't engage with the video. They won't, watch it. They'll skip it. So you're just paying for people to watch it, and not enough clicks, and not enough opt-ins, and not enough sales. Therefore, it's not profitable. So the first thing that the prospective customer is going to see is that video ad. So it needs to be very well done. So we'll go over how to make that happen in this very video. So what I always tell people, and I'm not sure if this is a good answer yet of, what needs to be in the video ad, and we can break this down afterwards. But basically what I say is, what you need in the video ad is whatever the prospect needs to hear to take the next step in order to trust you, like you, and be motivated by your offer and take the next step. And that's all communicated in a well communicated way, plus also engaging. Does that make sense? Okay. So yeah. So basically, if we think of it, they're over here and they do not like you, trust you, or know you, right? And then, do some sort of process here and get them so they like you, trust you, they know you, they're motivated for the offer. That, of course, so they take that, next step, right? So what do we need to say to get them from here to here? So basically, we can first chunk this into three different kind of steps. First, you got your intro, call it your main content, and then also your ending. So beginning, middle, end. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so what needs to be in the intro? Well, who you are. Hey, I'm Mike Piet. Why listen to this video? Why? So this is like, kind of the hook. In this video, I'm going to show you these 3 steps. In this video, I'm going to show you how to lose weight, build muscle, make money, etc. The pleasure, also the pain. If you don't do it, you're going to stay, out of shape. You're not going to make money, etc. And so hook them in. Get them engaged. Do this fast, right away, right? And then also, at some point, you don't necessarily need to do this in the intro, but I really like using story of who you are to really build that trust. So story elements basically are you were like them. So we use weight loss, for example. So you were overweight. I was overweight, and then also the next step, you failed, because any good story, any good movie, it's all going good, and then what happens? Things go wrong, they failed, so it's not like if, you have a problem, and you try one thing, it's fixed. No, you usually try, a lot of things, and, you're keeping it authentic, keeping it real. That's a big theme, in all of this as well, keeping it real, keeping it authentic. So you failed, but then you found something, that worked, You searched and searched, and finally you realized these certain things you needed to know about, you needed to do, etc. And then, you built that into a system, you kind of organized it, and you did it, and you had, long-term results for yourself or your clients. And then, you also taught others. So, this is social proof. If you know Robert Cialdini's work, influence factors, basically certain things make us take the desired action more. So one of them, is the authority. So kind of like you're teaching, also social proof. If others, have done it, then it must be true, because if we say we just did it, then, we're biased. But then if others did it, social proof, more trustworthy, so you taught to others, again, you made it into a system, and now you're teaching them. So that's kind of the framework of the story. You put your pieces in it and add yours into it as well. So you have that story. You don't have to necessarily do it in the beginning, but at some point weave that in. So then your main content. So reciprocity. So this is another one of the influence factors, that if you give to someone, then they're more likely to give back to you. So it's an influence factor to get them to take this action. Also, okay, disconnected there for a second, but I think we're back. Okay, so like I was saying, reciprocity, we're in the main content part. So we're giving them kind of the meat. We're actually giving them something of value. Okay, so if I wanted to, I mean, we'll just use this example since you're seeing it real time. If I wanted to create a video for you, and I said, hey, I'm Mike, I'm the best at creating videos, $1,000, let me create it for you. You would say, oh, okay. But if I talk about it, if I give you something like this, you could say, okay, you kind of get the process. You kind of see, okay, I know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you don't think that, but that's cool too. But hopefully you get the point here. So it's kind of just a live video, and this would be a little more structured in most cases to really deliver the value and communicate the point. But you're giving them something of value, your silver bullet, something you learned, some sort of technique, some sort of content. So usually it's like something simple like this, like 3 steps, or your silver bullet, or a certain technique. And you're giving them what they want here, and then versus what they need. I learned this from Evan Pagan originally, where he taught dating advice, and he says most guys, they say when they want to go talk to a girl, the question they ask is, what do I say? What's the lines? What do I say to her? And that's, you may need that to some degree, that's what they want. But really what they need is more, in most cases, like confidence, just being, able to communicate and just be yourself, etc. But no one's saying that. How do I be myself? They're asking, what's the exact phrase or line? So you really want to focus on what they want, something, people love instant gratification, something they can use, so maybe like if you're weight loss, you say, oh yeah, like I couldn't get myself to go to the gym or eat these certain foods, so I learned this trick to only buy foods that are healthy and get rid of everything that's not healthy, so I don't do that, or go to the gym, I would pay my friend $20 if I didn't go for accountability or something, instant gratification, kind of build them into a system. And then your ending, you create kind of like an open loop. So you say, this is only like, the tip of the iceberg. There's way more underneath, which, I can take the next step. And whatever step you want, you can do that. Usually it's some sort of another free training to get them to the next step, opt in, a free report where you can build more value and more trust with them. Also, you can sell your product right away, if that's what you wanted, but a call to action. So specific, and with a benefit-oriented call to action. So specific, benefit-oriented call to action, meaning so if you want X, if you want to lose weight, if you want to build muscle, if you want to make money, then do this. Click the link below. Fill in your name and email. You probably have heard that, a million times, right? This works, and that's what the next step is. It's just normal. If you were talking to someone in real life, you would build this up and say, what's the next step? Well, here it is. Here's my email. Here's this. Go to my website. Do this. Call to action. You can do also mini calls to action in between. So soft call to action. What I mean by that is kind of just little like, hey, it's Mike. I'm going to share with you this. Also, there's a free report that goes much more detail, but let's get into this video. So you can kind of like pre-sell it, or in between be like, I talked about this concept, but I talk about this more in the free report or the next video. So you can do little call to actions throughout it, but of course a big call to action at the end, and keeping it pretty simple. Some common questions are video length. A lot of people ask us, how long does the video need to be? If I share examples of videos that I've created, some of them are 30, 35 minutes, 20 minutes, and they'll say, wow, it's so long. And basically what I say is get rid of the kind of the question or mindset, how long it needs to be. And again, focus on that question of what do I need to say to get the person to like me, trust me, and motivated and get to the next step. So a lot of this stuff, again, goes back to authentic. I think about also what elements are needed, but also authentic. Like if I was talking to someone in real life, like let's say if I was in business, or maybe, before I was married, approaching a girl, I wouldn't say, how long do I need to talk to her before, I get the number, or, whatever, ask her on a date or kiss her or whatever, or the next step. It's more like whatever needs to happen, whatever we're talking about, and whatever she would need to hear and I would need to know before, the next step happened. So you think about that instead of length, and I think that will solve itself. Of course, you want to say it as quick as possible. Like no one's trying to just be long to be long, but sometimes we focus too on that and get caught up on that, or we're too short and we dilute the message, and then it's not as powerful. And we don't say, we've taught people, we don't say any good actually advice people can use. We're just so quick because it's like, blah, 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 and it's done. The person's like, okay, and then they're just kind of not engaged. So if the person is really having that challenge and really wants this like goal they're going for, then they're going to be engaged. And just, of course, keep it to the point. And again, keep it engaging. So meaning passionate, if you're just passionate about it, people get sucked in to the point, not going on random tangents as much as possible. connecting all the things together, etc. So yeah, keep it engaging, focusing on what they need to hear with these elements, some of the, the simple steps we talked about, the simple influence factors. You have to find a way to weave this all together into a cohesive video, gets them to the next step, and it works out pretty well to have the best conversions. That way it makes the campaign most profitable. And not doing this, it's just not going to work as well. So there's many ways to do it. Again, you just got to integrate all this together. There's not always a one right way. You add in, your style, your piece, your personality, your information in all of this. Yes, you can hire a copywriter, just someone to write something for you. Pros are, you're going to save time from writing it yourself. And it could come out good. Cons are, it costs money. And then maybe if the writer doesn't know the process as well, it may come out worse. So it just depends. We actually have a service where we offer creating the videos for $997. If interested in that, you can check that out at tubeadsecrets.com. Or, if you're not in that situation to delegate it or a really strict budget, then create it yourself or find a different copywriter. However you have to get it done. But basically, get that video done so you can have that process of, showing your ad to this person who's, qualified, just doesn't know you, doesn't like you, isn't motivated yet, going through this process to like you, trust you, motivated, to know you, to take that next step and following a lot of these principles. It'll work. There's also, I have a course where we kind of do a boot camp of this and go into a lot more detail. So if interested in that or already a paid member, you can check that out in the membership site, or if not a paid member, tubeadsecrets.com. Either way, I hope... tubeadsystems.com, true. I should do a redirect of that domain since I say that domain a lot. But it doesn't need to be perfect, just like that. Showing you example, just coming from the heart, caring, sharing, doing your best, and forgetting the rest. Get up version 1, get it going, and you can do a lot of value, and you can create a lot of profit, and a lot of customers, and help a lot of people in the process as well. So if any questions in this, please just let me know in the comments below, or contact me on Facebook or on the site. I'll leave a link below again to the site. That way I don't have to say it incorrectly or wrong again. In the comments or anything, let me know. I'm here to help. Again, hope you got tons of value. Peace out. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.